Hey guys, what's up? Butter Something here, bringing you another Tarkov update video. So essentially in this video, this is Dev Talk number 9. So they talked about a new helmet that they brought out. They talked about some new attachments that there's going to be in the next update, along with that helmet that I just mentioned. Some new armor that's going to be in the next update, some new rigs. Looks like we're going to have a grenade case. There's updates to Interchange lighting and the way that it works. There's just a whole bunch of updates in this video, so we're just going to go ahead and get straight into it, guys. For the first 30 to 40 minutes, they do talk. Let me pause this again. They do talk about having essentially the servers under control, but every single time that they get them under control, the weekend comes and it's like an additional 10 to 15% more people than it was last weekend. So it's just so they've added, Nikita said, over 100 servers, and the game is, on the weekend is still, getting back into air, so on and so forth. They want to know if it holds, like they said, essentially Nikita said, if it holds this weekend pretty good. They're very, very close. If it doesn't hold that well, then they're not really that close. He talks on BattleEye as well. He says that it's working, as expected, but people are constantly working on hacks anyway, so there's not, you can only keep up as much as possible. So right now they're actually talking about weight, and what we'll do is we'll actually go back, because there is one other thing that I wanted to show you guys with this before he gets the tank battery. Let me find it. Sorry. You'll see right here, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it a few times on this. So you'll see. Did he get it? No, he's already gotten it. I gotta go back. I'm looking for it. They showed the shroud item that you get, which is super cool. It's somewhere in here. I'm trying to look for it. So there it is. Okay, so you'll see that there is a lot of good stuff here. All right, so he's gonna go in there and he's gonna look at it. Sorry, I'm terrible at this. You'll see that there's green batteries, so I'm assuming that's probably might potentially be for your night vision. And these will probably just be trade items. Matches look like they got a new icon. Looks like we have our cloth that we're gonna have to get. This is one of the new rigs. This rig right here is 100% armor. I don't think it actually goes in your armor slot. I think it goes in your rig slot. But there is no space for anything else. And then they have this shroud. Looks like they used his image that he uses, like his brand image or something similar, and just put it on like a face mask, and then put it into the game. So that's pretty cool. So what they're essentially trying to do is they're trying to get a tank battery so they can show us the weight system. So you'll see that he goes in the bottom left over here, you'll see 100 kilograms. He's really, really overweight. The way that this system kind of affects you is that you will essentially have 2 separate stamina bars in 0.12.4, which is the next update. You'll have 2 different stamina bars. One will be for your arms, and the way that goes down is when you aim, it drains the stamina just for your arms, not for your legs. And then you have a leg stamina, which also counts as your overall stamina. So when you're overweight, just walking itself drains that stamina. When you run and you're really low on stamina, and it's in the red, say you're not even overweight, but you're still running, that is also eating into your energy supply. So that's going to be a new mechanic as well, which is, we're going to see how that works, especially since you're probably now going to need to bring food and water into raid, and it's just going to be a must. So what you'll see here is he goes in, he should walk. Okay. All right. So he essentially wants to start where he has not a lot of anything. They talk about running and starting your run. So say you have a lot of weight on you, like IRL, and you try to start running, you get a slow start. That's how they're going to do it with this. If you're not carrying a lot, you're going to go 0 to 100 real quick. But if you have like medium, you're going to be a little bit slower. And if you're really overweight, it's going to be almost not, you're not even going to be able to run. So it doesn't matter. But that medium to high, like really close and like a little bit above your weight limit, is going to be a slow takeoff. So I don't think they show a very good part of it. But what you'll see is I'm going to go back. I'm going to see, hopefully this will go away. Stupid Twitch. In the bottom left, you'll see that his stamina is now red. That's just his arm stamina. There's 2 separate bars now. So we'll go ahead. After that stamina stops, and you can't use that top bar anymore for aiming, it'll start eating into your main bar. Your main bar. And you'll still have the weapon sway, and then after that, it gets even worse. So, when you have no stamina. So he talks about the running here. And now he's going to pick up the battery. You know, it's a little yellow icon. And it shows, I mean, it shows in the bottom left when it's talking about weight anyway. The biggest thing about this is that the more you weigh, the louder you are, even if you're trying to walk quiet. And if you take fall damage, you cannot, you'll take more. Your speed is slower. And it says it right here. You make more noise, reduces your jump height as well. So that's another thing. And then when you crouch and when you stand up, depending upon your weight, it also takes away a certain amount of stamina from that bottom bar. So you need to make sure that you're not just running and then proning, because if you prone, yes, you can turn, but getting up is going to cost you stam just to get up. So that'll be definitely a different play style, if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and back to full screen here. So you'll see that he walked right here. He's overweight. He's pretty much a guy with a broken leg on no painkillers with a broken leg. So it sucks. It is what it is. And they didn't talk about anything else in this raid. They were trying to make it so we could have a, so fatigue. That's what they're talking about. So you use more energy while you're low. So, and that only happens when you try and sprint when you don't have anything. And while you're overweight, so on and so forth. So, and that's when you don't have any stamina and you're trying to use stamina, you could potentially get that. So, Nikita did say that he wants to try and do a new patch every single month. I don't know how that's going to be possible, but he said that the end goal is that as soon as they get the servers stable, so on and so forth, they really, really want to get that down pat. So we're going to go ahead, get to the next part of the video that I'm going to show you guys some stuff as well. So here they start talking about the new items. There's a Tarzan rig, which is just a little bit back, not too much. So this is the Tarzan rig. This one, I've written it down, so I have it written down here. This Tarzan rig has 6 1 slots and 4 1x2s. So 1 across, 2 down. So then they also have this ARS arms, Arma, which is a tier 5 armor. And then that has 1 2x2, which is 4 slot essentially. Has 5 1x2s, has 2 3x1s, and has and that's pretty much it. And then has 3 1x1s. So 1 1. So the next thing is this is the armor plate that I was talking about. I don't think that this actually goes in your armor slot. I think it literally just goes on your rig, and that's like your rig, but it is level 6. So that's really nice. But this is actually only a trade for fabric and 2 USEC trooper armors. I don't know what fabric that is though. So yeah. So it's so it takes up your rig slot. That's what Nikita says. There's a backpack. Looks like it's 1 more row to the left and 1 more row down below, or maybe 1 2 3 4 5. Oh, maybe it's 2 rows down and like another row to the side. It's a 5x7, so it's nice. It's pretty big. I think it'll probably replace a beta or something like that. It is dark, So, and then this is the last one. This is the bank robber. It's just, all right. So as I was saying, this is the bank robber rig. Sorry, I had to cut it here and come back to it. It's just a 1x2. They put an ad right there. So while we're looking at it, I think this is a tier 4 helm. It's like Cryotech helmet, the new one that they put in, or the TC 2000. This is just TC 800. They talked about new mods. They have a new KGB pistol hand grip and a KGB butt, like the stock itself. They have handguard covers that you can put attachments on, which is nice for the SVDS. So you can also do, there's another one that kind of reminds me of the M4, like RSS looking stock, or sorry, handrail. And that is pretty nice as well. Looks like you can put 4 attachments on it if you really want to. You can really put a shit ton of like lasers or flashlights on it. Looks like you can put one at the bottom as well. Put a hand guard, go ahead, screw it, put an additional 4 flashlights, and just really blind people and yourself. I'm hoping that they definitely change the lighting as well on these what do you call them? These flashlights. So there's actually 2 new grenades that they brought out. The med case is an 8x8, so that's 64. That's more than enough slots. But there's 2 new grenades. One is the VOG-17, and the other one I think is the VOG-25. One has like no fuse, so I'm just guessing here. I'm guessing that this one on the left over here is gonna be an impact grenade. I'm guessing that the one on the right, it does have a shorter fuse, but it's the fuse is just shorter. It's not impact, but it does have a shorter fuse than the RGD-25. The RDG or RGD, I think it's RGD. RGD-25 or 5. These right here, these are Razer headsets, so they're kind of like Swordens and Tac Sports, but you can only find these in Raid. So only find those in Raid. And then this slick, I don't remember if I mentioned it. Like I said, I think it's just a rig that goes on, so you can't have any like vest or anything like that. But also, it is a trade for cloth and 2 USEC Trooper armors as well. So we have 2 new bear items, and they don't show the USEC one because they said that they would need to change accounts. But we have this right here is the Telnik and the bear tiger as well. So if they have it, they should have them on now. Oh, they didn't. I guess they didn't put them on. But it's like a tiger camo, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Reminds me of like Call of Duty Modern Warfare or something like that, but just green. I guess Nikita makes a joke. It sounds like the first one is probably there, but the second one's not. He says that the USEC is getting a flannel, and a Hawaiian shirt. He jokes about the Hawaiian shirt. But I do think that the USEC is getting a flannel, which would be pretty cool. So I definitely wear that. I mean, USEC is just getting bright colors because, Russia. Oh, so I was wrong. Looks like this is actually just a body armor. And you just put it in the body armor slot. It's tier 6. That's going to be insane, but like an airframe or something. So we'll go ahead. We'll keep going. So there's also a new Scav clothing, which is like a Russian Olympics jacket. Pretty cool. You can only get it on Scavs. I think it spawns on every single map, but it's just exclusively on Scavs, and that's it. We talked about that. Sorry, looking at notes, guys. Sorry. And it looks like the next thing we're going to do is talk about Interchange, but until we get there, essentially what they talk about is Nikita mentions that he wants 0.12.5 to only be about optimization. They're not going to add anything like crazy, except maybe a few weapons, but he really wants it to focus on optimization, and that's like the biggest thing, because that's what everybody's asking for, is optimization and making the game run smoother. So we're going to keep going. Looks like he gets out, and then we go back into Interchange. So you'll see for Interchange, it looks like there is 6 extracts now. There may be 7, but looks like there's only 6 right now. We haven't seen a 7th. Safe room exfil, hole in fence, scav camp. Hole in fence, I want to say, is probably by train extract. Safe room, I have no idea where that's going to be, honestly. Power station, we know where that is. Intercom checkpoint, we know where this is. scav camp, my assumption is you're going to probably need a scav player to go out with you on the highway. And that's my assumption. But that only leaves 2 extracts still on this side of the map, which is kind of crappy. But it is what it is. So you'll see here that he shoots out a light right here. So it looks like we're finally getting interactive lighting on Interchange, which is super nice. So he actually goes back inside, and you'll see that he has a restore power supply. So what this is essentially, my assumption here is he turns on backup generators for the whole mall. I work in fire safety, so a generator is not going to power the whole building. It's just going to power some lights and emergency power. So essentially, my assumption here is right now, most of the mall, like 99% of the mall, has no lights. That's my assumption. Maybe like the main department stores, like Idea, Goshen, and Ali have a little bit, but my assumption is nothing has power really inside the mall. But we have yet to confirm that. So he'll turn it on, and you'll see that after he goes back outside, one of the lights is on. So he says something right here. I want to see what he says. Okay, so he says it's not only restored here, it's like all over. So you'll see that like when he walks outside, sorry, my nose has an itch. You'll see when he walks outside that this light is now on, but you can see that some of the other lights still haven't come on. But I think we can expect this map to definitely be a lot darker. So I'm going to skip to the part where he gets inside. Looks like it's kind of the same lighting, but what I want to say is that I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if this in particular is what it would look like if he never hit that switch. But also, all of these lights should be able, like 99% of these lights should probably be able to be shot out. Unless it's bugged, but you'll see that dark is dark now on Interchange. You're not going to see a lot of people coming in anymore without night vision goggles or anything like that. They also show on Interchange that some stores now have alarms. So some of them are already been looted and so on, but other ones have not been looted. My assumption is right now he's next to Embercom. If you were to open that, that probably would set off an alarm. And I think it is probably like if you were to find a place that didn't have any windows shot out or anything, it would probably set the alarm off. But I assume Kibba will now have alarms. But he is going to go upstairs, and you'll see him shoot out a lot of these, like, he'll be able to shoot lights. He kind of goes to the front here, and you can hear it. They talk like literally right after this, they talk about extending the reach of this. So they want to make sure that the radius is big enough to where it's like reserve and annoying you essentially. They really, really want to fuck with you. So it looks like he said, they've added a lot of interactive stuff. There's stuff that they still want us to find. So we're still gonna have to find it. This is avocado right here. But if you run by this and so I'm going to wait till it gets a little bit quieter. So you'll see he gets close to that wall. Why don't you hear a generator? So my thought is all of the generators on this map now are interactive. That is my guess. So, because you don't hear any generator. Like at all. Usually it's pretty loud. And I feel like the generator was even louder than those alarms sometimes. Like just when you walked by it. And he was pretty damn close to it before he heard the alarms. So I feel like the generators are also going to be something that you can turn on and off. So it might give away your position, but it might also distract people, and you really have to worry about using those correct and using them in a way that would definitely help you. Dimitri, I guess this is Dimitri. He said that he's going to answer some questions. Nikita, essentially after this is pretty much the end of the podcast. Pretty much for the most part, the questions that were answered, I'm gonna just tell you the answers. I guess someone wanted to know about customs. He said that it's gonna be expanded, as well as they're hoping to get that in the not the 0.12.4 or the 0.12.5, but the 0.12.6. That's what they're hoping. But you never know. Development has bumps. The Streets of Tarkov is officially in development now, so that's pretty cool. The next thing is they say that the next podcast is hopefully within the next month with more teases. And we can only hope. Am I right? Everybody loves a good tease. They did talk about a night vision goggle rework as well, so that it works a little bit better with the infrared, so on and so forth, and it's a little bit more balanced. They're still working on sound. So this guy used to work on sound, but they said that they're still working on sound. Hopefully, next time they have their live stream, they will bring out and show us and demo sound with us, which would be pretty cool. And that's pretty much all they talked about. I just want to go through here again. Yep, I mentioned about the generators being turned on and off. So yeah, the lights can be shot out, which is really, really cool. I guess they said that there's only 3 new exits. I wrote that down, but I want to say that that's wrong. Nope. Alrighty. I just want to make sure I told you guys everything I can possibly tell you. Yeah, the working on anti-cheat. Nikita said he wants to try and bring out a patch every single month. I don't know about that one. Looks like we went through everything. Yeah, I think the weight system is going to be awesome. I think it's definitely going to make people play a little bit more strategic, definitely watch their stamina, unlike they are now, because it doesn't really matter. You just lay down, you can get right back up. Who cares? But I do want to thank you guys for watching. This is definitely, hopefully, going to be able to help you guys. I hope the video isn't too long. I hope I have pretty much said everything that I need to say. Please like, share, subscribe. Really helps me out. I know most of my channel is just, quest walkthroughs. But if I can get any information out to you guys that you need, or if I can help you guys in any way, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to follow me over on twitch.tv/but-or-something. That's BUTT or something. Or you can message me on Twitter at but-or-something. So I'm going to get out of here, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.